Okay, so now I'm logging in as the operations manager. And I'll just go to the notifications. Excuse me. So you can see I do get a notification telling me that Mr. Muyamura was registered. So when I click on that, it should take me to their profile. There we go. Here. So now I need to review. And this is what the review looks like. So already from the top right, the KYC checklist. Again, this checklist, you can guide what you want it to be, what you want to check for. But I just have some common things that I know that MFIs usually want to look for before they can approve KYC or before they can activate that client in the system, right? So first things is it checks what documents are present. If there is a KYC or an ID document present, it marks that, and if there's any document that has to do with income proof, it marks that. So if at least these two are there, it will allow you to have the option to approve this or to approve with comments. Okay, so the operations manager will go through and just read through all of this information and make sure everything is okay. They are happy with what they are seeing, and then they can go to the documents tab and see what documents have been attached. They can open a document to see it in full. They can download it. Yeah, they can download it, print it out, whatever that they need to do. They can navigate between documents. Okay, just finish downloading there. They can navigate between documents. So this is the document that we attached, which was just a sample document. So they can navigate through and review all the documents that have been attached. If they're happy, they begin to tick. So is the ID document present and is it correct? We're assuming this was the ID document, so we'll say yes. What about proof of finances? Do we have a pay slip or something of that sort? We're assuming this was our pay slip, so we'll say yes, and stuff, everything is correct. What about the name? Does it match the ID? Yes. What about the ID number? Is it correct? Yes. Has the address been verified? So if you go back to view this client, let me see if I'm able to view her from here. If we view this client from down here, I know I need to make a way for them to be able to see that home verification right there in the review window, because right now this is not good. But oh, okay, there we go. Down here you can see that the home verification is completed. Okay, so you can even actually verify from here. Okay, so they can record that yes, that's there, that's there, that's there, that's there, that's there. Address is verifiable, yes. And then they can record the verification from here. But let me go back to here where we were reviewing from here. So yes, we saw that this was okay and that was okay and this was okay. The address was verified. The employment details are consistent with the documents. If we're happy with the payslip we saw, we can say yes. But in this case, since we did not get an employment contract, maybe we can say no, right? So were all required documents uploaded? If an employment contract or a letter of reference or proof of residence was a required document and it wasn't provided, like in this case, you can say no. And then now you have a decision to make as the operations manager. Do you approve? Do you reject because of these missing items? Or do you approve but still give instructions to say, but I want to see these documents before this client can be given a loan, right? So in this case, let me use that third option. And I will say I'll give follow-up instructions. And by the way, if we reject, it will still ask us to give the reason for rejection and give a follow-up instruction. But if we just approve, it will not ask us to put any, well, it can, yeah, it will not ask us to put any. Well, I wanted to be able to put reasons, but anyway, we have approved that client. So now if I log out and I log back in as the loan officer, if I go on my notifications, I'll receive a notification letting me know that Mr. Muya is now active and the KYC has been verified. And if we go to view, we're able to see the verification status here, who verified and when they did that verification. Okay. So one last thing that I need to show you on client management here is, say this client has been with us for a while and maybe we want to change their status for any reason. The loan officer can request a change of status, but they cannot make the status by themselves. They cannot change the status by themselves. It has to be approved by somebody higher up than them. Okay, so we can choose to maybe just make this client inactive, but we can activate them at any time that we feel like. But in the time that they're inactive, they will not be eligible to get any new loans. Or we can blacklist them completely, or maybe it happens so that maybe they're deceased. So this is a permanent removal of this. Well, it's not really removal, but I know you sort it based on whatever policies you have for dealing with deceased clients. So let's say, for instance, we want to make this client inactive, maybe moved to another country is the reason why you want to make them inactive. You submit that request. That request will be sent to the operations manager, and you can track that request. No, you can track it here. Okay. You need to put somewhere where you can track that request, like the way you're able to track the pending edits. But let me go back to the operations manager's screen so that you see how it looks. Oof. Oh my God, it's been a long day today. All right, so the operations manager should have received a notification informing them that there is a status change that has been requested for a Mr. Muya Muyoba, and this is the changes from active to inactive. So they will open that. And they will find these status change approvals that are pending, and they will go to view the one that they have been asked to update. Right? When you come down here, there is an audit trail. I actually did not even mention this. Okay. So there's this status change history which is pending. It has been initiated by you. This is supposed to show the name of the person that did it and the correct date and time. I'll fix this. So, but it shows you what the change is, who initiated it, and when. Okay. So if I go back here, you are then able to approve or reject. Again, this isn't correct. This is supposed to show the name of the person. But anyway, from here, you're able to see who the client is, this change that has been requested, and the reason, and who initiated it. And then you can approve. You can give notes if you want to. Okay, so that change has been approved. If we go down to the client list, that client should now appear to be inactive. Mr. Muya is now inactive. And when we view their account, down here, we should be able to, there we go. So we're able to see that this change was approved. The person who was, again, it's showing the positions instead of the names. I'll fix this. So the person who initiated it and the person who reviewed and approved it. Okay, and there's also an audit trail down here, which just shows you what happened. So this is when they were verifying. This Sarah Chikufya, who is the operations manager, verified the or changed the client status to inactive. Sorry about that. Before that, she did these changes. Before that, Peter Mwanza was making these changes. So you get this audit trail of all of these activities. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it on client management for now. Of course, there is the edit functionality. Let me quickly show you that. So the edit functionality is also a two-step process. The loan officer initiates, operations manager or branch manager or anyone who's a supervisor to this loan officer approves. Works exactly the same way as what we did with the status change. Okay, so clients, make a change on one client. This one. Suppose I want to change, I want to edit. Okay, so if I want to change, so if it's a document that I want to upload, a new document that I want to upload for them, I'm able to do it from here. Okay, I'm able to upload a new document from here. So say I want to attach a profile picture because we didn't do that before. We can do it from here. And we upload that photo. It's uploaded. Say we want to add a proof of residence. We can do that. Okay, so say I want to also change a bit of the details here. Say now they have a child or they have two children. We can add that. And then we'll come here and submit for approval. We can say something like the client now has a child and we have added new documents. Okay, so this goes to the operations manager to approve, but you're able to track that from here, my pending edits. So you're able to see who the client that the edit was made on and what was the reason for the change, who initiated it, and what is the current status. So let me log out, log back in as operations manager. check our notifications bar, we should have received an edit request, and we'll see it sitting under our edit approvals here. So we can view changes, although this is something that I'm still perfecting, because currently what it's doing is it's copying everything that was there as it was and puts it on the propose, and then simply adds the detail that has been changed. But here the details that have changed have not even been picked up here, because we mostly changed documents and that number of children, which isn't even appearing here. So I need to finalize on this one. But the operations manager can still go to view the client and see that something has changed here. For instance, there's now a profile photo, before there wasn't. And even when they come down here, they're able to see this. But even if they view these proposed changes, it's the exact same thing that I was showing before. But when they go to the documents tab, they're able to see even the other two documents that were not there before, the proof of residence that we uploaded, and also the profile photo that we uploaded. Okay, so let me go to the edit and approve it. Can approve with a comment or leave it blank. Okay, so the changes have been applied, and the loan officer should now get a notification letting them know that the changes they requested have been approved. So let me log back in as the loan officer one more time. And if I check my notifications, client edit approved. And if I go back to view this client, so now they have all of those changes in. Okay, so this is where we are so far. Obviously, this is a work in progress. There's still a bit of adjusting here and there, but based on feedback that we continue to get from the team, we will continue to improve and polish up the application as we go.